Did you hear about Rogan talking about Colby Covington and then Chael responding?
Oh, no. I haven't seen any of this.
Okay, so Rogan was saying
This is recently?
recently.
When? Like last 2 days?
No, since they fought, since Colby fought.
Okay.
RDA.
All right.
So he was saying that,
Who was saying? Rogan?
Rogan.
Okay.
Was saying that Colby was doing this fake stuff to build a fight, which everyone pretty much knows, right?
Correct. Everyone knows.
And then I guess Chael didn't like hearing that. He's like, dude, don't put him out. Like, we all know this already.
Yeah,
like, he was going off on Rogan.
Don't put his act out there.
Yeah. Don't. Like, everyone already knows this, but you're kind of like ruining it for us. Like, when we do this stuff. You're
pulling the curtain back.
Yeah.
It's like telling a magician's tricks.
Yeah. Even though we already know the tricks, we want to just live in that moment and
It's real to me, God damn it.
But Chael kind of went off on his podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a sound clip of that?
No.
Is there? I bet you could find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Chael goes off on Rogan. That's very out of character for Chael Sonnen. He loves Rogan.
11 minutes. Let's try this real quick.
I was so upset with Joe Rogan. I was so upset with
Chael, could you look any more leisure, please? I know.
Joe has a history of doing this, and I do not know why he does it. And it's inappropriate and it's infuriating, but he has no ill intent.
Remember, Chael's very close to
I'm
Colby.
not mad at
very,
him.
pause this. Chael has known Colby since he was 10 years old.
Oh.
In Portland, Chael and Colby are very, very close.
Okay, then
so carry on.
That makes way more
Yes,
sense.
carry on.
Joe, yesterday, I called him to talk about this.
He called Rogan?
Here's what he says.
The pay-per-view starts, and Joe Rogan is covering Colby Covington. For reasons that are unknown to me and that I will never understand, he decides to say that Colby Covington has come out and said crazy things to garner attention and get your pay-per-view money.
Correct.
To explain to you how wrong that was of Joe to do,
Oh,
I
Chael.
need this entire show.
Oh, Chael.
First off, Captain Obvious, you don't ever disclose the business. You don't ever turn on the business when you're in it.
Dang, he's really mad.
Any
Look at his face.
business.
Goddamn, he has
Business is not just about
3.7, so 3,700 likes, 3,700 dislikes.
That's
Don't go after
perfect.
Rogan, man. That's not good. You don't want him to be even. Carry on, though.
maintaining information and company secrets. If Colby Covington is coming out and looking for attention so you'll buy the pay-per-view, then God bless him. You're either a worker or you're a mark. And if you're not smart enough to be a worker, then you're a mark. But a lot of people want to be one, myself included. I really enjoy that.
Yep.
Don't ruin the show for me. Mm-hmm. And don't think because you have some better understanding of a sport that has made you filthy rich when you've never once had to throw a punch that you can come out and reveal a guy's trade secrets.
Damn, Chael.
It's going hard.
Him in the least. And now you're allowing the audience in on something. You're removing a fourth curtain that never should be removed. And while us hardcores and us in the industry get it, it's not your place to do it at all. Zero. None. And you take away from what he's doing. And your premise is false. Your premise is also false. You're coming out and you're saying Colby did this to sell more pay-per-views. Well, guess what? Colby's not in on the pay-per-view.
No, he didn't get a pay-per-view.
Colby didn't make an extra goddamn dollar.
Correct. He's doing to get a
all
title
the work
shot.
that he did. He was given an opportunity. He did get an opportunity that he may not have gotten if he couldn't have brought in that kind of attention. That's true.
But no
But
pay-per-view.
good for him. That's the business.
Yeah.
The business is not what the business was in 1998. It is now the entertainment era. It is television. It is a show. It is a pre-show, a post-show, a weigh-in.
Can the audience hear this?
Promotional shows, digital programming. It is a mega industry. If you have knowledge of the industry, you don't out another guy. It is the exact same thing. And this is what I was going to share with Joe. I was just going to call him on the phone and say, look, you don't understand what you're doing here. Colby Covington didn't make an extra dollar from this. He made that for the company, which was it's what a good company got.
So I agree with Chael. I agree with Chael. You don't have to go that hard at Rogan. You never thrown a punch, anything like that. Yeah. Rogan's the greatest fight commentator of all time. You don't have to throw a punch to have insight into fighting, stuff like that. If he's critiquing certain things, if you've never made that walk, you probably shouldn't. And Joe does walk that fine line. He's very damn good at it. You know, he never devalues a fighter. He never goes, well, when I was in there, I would have thrown this right. Yeah. He doesn't do that. He doesn't speak from experience like a fighter, like Chael or Michael Bisping or Dominic Cruz or Brian Stan or those guys do. But for what Rogan does, he's the best of all time. It's not even close. I'm sure the fans would agree with that. And I'm not just saying this because he's one of my best friends. But the other thing is with Chael, when he goes, you know, Colby didn't make a dime. Colby didn't. It doesn't help him in any facet. Well, you're wrong on that, because what's happening here is, and I'm a fan of Colby, and I think he's going to give Woodley a lot of problems. And I think he's going to be around for a long time. And his fighting style is tremendous, and he has a very special skill set, and he's a hard worker. And the hardcores do know it's an act. And if you do know Colby, he's actually a nice guy. And we have similar friends with, obviously, I'm very close to Chael, very close with Cam Haynes, and he's very close with him. So if you're close with those guys, you're going to be a good guy. Does that make sense? Yeah. They're not hanging out with tools. So he's in the club. So when he goes, you know, Colby didn't earn anything. He didn't get a percentage of that pay-per-view. Well, hold on. Colby, his biggest win before this was Damian Maia. Beating Damian Maia, if he didn't have that trash talking, if he didn't have this kind of narrative, this hype narrative that he set for himself, he by no means earned that title shot. So, yeah, he didn't get a percentage of the pay-per-view, but he's basically investing in the stock of himself that earned him that title shot. So when he goes, oh, it didn't help, no, you're wrong. So when Joe goes, he's selling pay-per-views. He's selling pay-per-views, and what he's doing is investing in himself and the UFC. Sure, he doesn't get a percentage of that UFC 225, right? Yeah. UFC 225 pay-per-view. But what he does get is a bonus and a payday and the co-main event on UFC 225. So you can't say, well, when you say he's just selling this to sell pay-per-views and he's not helping himself, he doesn't get a percentage, financially, he did not. It's not that black and white. No, he does not in his contract get a percentage of that UFC pay-per-view, but he does get a lot of benefits from that UFC pay-per-view, if that makes sense. Continue, though.
Guy does. He did not get any of that pay-per-view that you're saying he went out and said things to evoke emotions.
I don't think Chael's missed a point there. Joe's saying he's selling this pay-per-view. He sold this pay-per-view. That's his act, to sell this pay-per-view. So you guys buy it to watch him lose. I don't think Joe's saying he's selling this pay-per-view so he gets all the money from his percentage of pay-per-views. Joe's not that dumb where he thinks Colby gets a percentage. Gotcha. He's getting all the benefits from it.
Of course.
Carry on.
Who would reveal that is completely beyond me. It's the exact same thing. If I go catch Joe's show on Saturday night in L.A., and 3 nights later he's performing in Chicago, and I show up, and just before his punchline of the exact same act, I blurt it out. Yeah. I blurt out the punchline. I have information within Joe's business of what he's doing. I then reveal it to the audience. I go, well, Joe, why are you mad? I don't understand why you're mad. I'm a loyal fan. I'm just showing you. I followed your career. Matter of fact, I took your show in three nights ago in L.A. I wrote these down, and I can't.
I wrote these down.
I want people to know what you're saying before you said it.
He's stupid. He's hilarious.
Ruin everything? I understand it's not the code to the next iPhone. I understand the sophistication is left, but it's still a trade secret that he needs to keep secret until he chooses to reveal it, known as the punchline. It's extremely important. The business cannot go on without it. People cannot enjoy it to the same level with the same expectation without it. That would be me as a fan. As a fan, I would be removed from the audience for doing that because it is detrimental to the business at hand. Imagine if I was a member of his entourage, if I was on the payroll, if I was in on the business and collecting a check, never having to take that stage, deal with the social anxiety, deal with the rejection, put myself out there. I collected a paycheck at the end of it, though, and I still thought it was appropriate to go out and expose him. Could you imagine how inappropriate that would be? Because it's the exact same thing. He attempted to expose Colby Covington. It was wrong, it was inappropriate, and it's not the first time, and it's goddamn unhelpful. So the best advice I was ever given, I must say this, I was given by Joe Rogan. We were in a bar in Boston, and I was just getting into commentating, and Joe simply said to me, if you don't see it, don't say it. And he elaborated on that to say, if two guys are fighting and it's a stand-up fight and they're sloppy and they don't look good, don't try to say they look good. Don't try to sell the audience something fake. You don't have to put the guy down, but don't try to say something's great if it's not. If you don't see it, don't say it. I am following his advice. It was very good advice, and I have taken it with me. But I am now saying what I saw. It was beyond wrong. I don't know how to use any other words.
You can stop it, Jim.
Exposed.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It's hardcore.
I get it. I just text Joe like, "Hey, you for real mad or is this an actor?" I don't know with him either. But
oh yeah, that's something to keep in mind too. The Chael thing. If he's absolutely serious or not, yeah. But
I mean, he's mad. I can on his face when he got in. That's why I was like, oh shit. I know Chael. I was like, fuck, he's really mad. He has a point. He has a point where, obviously don't out the guy, stuff like that. But let's relax a little, Chael. It's not that dramatic. It's not like people tune in like, hey, honey, you believe this shit?
Yeah.
Colby's actually playing a role. Oh, fuck, I want my money back, man, because I thought the guy was real this whole time. Like, most people know in the fight business, when a guy's going that hard in the paint, it's a bit of a persona. It's not like he outed him, was like, hey, man, Chael was so upset. It's like Rogan got on there, went, you know what? And who was on there with him, Anik, he's like, you know what, Anik? I actually talked to Colby before the fight, and he told me what he plans to do is go in there, double leg right away. And if the double leg doesn't go well, he's looking for a head snatch. After the head snatch, he says the guillotine's there. And every time RDA steps to his left, he's going to throw a right high kick. He didn't give away his goddamn game plan. So it's like, Chael's so upset that Rogan's pulled the wool over everyone's eyes, and here he is. He's been doing this magic trick. I think Chael, the audience is not that naive. No. We all know this, and he's almost, what Colby's doing is he's going the Floyd Mayweather route where we're tuning in to see him lose.